Hello, and welcome to this presentation of Mobile2Sage. My name is Ara Martirossian, and I'm going to show you how our solutions can make your mobile workforce more efficient. I'll give you some background to the service and how it works, as well as some uses and some screenshots, before showing you a live demonstration of a business process, as well as our live dashboard. Users want to be mobile, but the applications need to be easy to use and quick to set up. The problem is the back office system, because these aren't designed to work with mobile devices. Also, an organization is likely to have a variety of mobile devices, everything from scanners to Windows mobile phones, iPhones, iPads and Android devices. The user needs to be able to carry out their operations both offline and online, either via the 3G network or Wi-Fi, and the system needs to be flexible enough to handle user-defined processes. I'm pleased to say Mobile2Sage does all of the above. So how does it work? Well, in 3 easy steps. 1, we set up the business process for you, and that normally takes 1 or 2 days. 2, you select your mobile device and log on to our service. And 3, we then integrate the data that's captured into your back office system, so for example Sage 50. But it works with other Sage applications like 100, 200, 500, 1000 CRM, in fact any system, as long as it has import-export facilities. So what are the potential uses? Well, there are lots of uses. You can use it for any kind of stock-related transaction. You can use it to capture proof of delivery in the form of a signature. Any type of van sale or on-site sale, as well as taking orders at exhibitions, or equipping your field service engineers. In fact, anywhere where you may be using a paper pad to note a transaction. You can cover any types of business transaction and then link it to your back office system. So for example, you can use it to create a new customer or a new invoice or check prices in Sage 50. You can define your own screens, fields, logic, and depending on the device, you can even capture signatures, photos, and audio files. And once set up, you can then also access it from any HTML5 desktop browser like Safari, which is what I'm going to use for the presentation today. In terms of mobile options, well, you can use anything that uses an iPhone, Palm, Windows Mobile, or Android as its operating system. So let's have a look at our scenario. It's for a company that deals in the water care industry, i.e. they deliver water bottles to businesses. And the head office would like their drivers to have a schedule and be able to tell them which businesses to visit, and the driver will then deliver full bottles and take away empty ones so that they can be credited back to the customer. They will then take a signature at the end of the job as proof of delivery. Driver can then replicate the data up to the server when they're in an area with phone coverage or Wi-Fi, and the head office can then assign new jobs if appropriate back to the driver. Head office will also be able to check on the progress of jobs as they are replicated to the server, and at the end of the month they can then import invoices into Sage 50 either individually or in a consolidated format. In terms of look and feel, this is what it looks like on an iPhone. So on the left there are 4 business processes, and you can then navigate using the buttons at the top, plus to add a transaction, next to move on from screen to screen. Here we can see that the client is coming from a drop-down list, which are all user definable, and things like dates use the tumblers. So in this case, the month and date and year. Tumblers can also be used for things like capturing time, as well as quantities of bottles delivered and returned. And finally, the driver will then hand over the iPhone to the customer, who will then sign it at the bottom as proof of delivery. That then signifies the job is completed and ready to be sent back to the server, which the driver can do by just clicking the replicate button in the top right. It's as easy as that. Once replicated, then The data is available to be accessed through any browser for people who've got security, and having looked at the data, that can then be exported in various different formats for further analysis using Excel, comma separated values, or PDF documents. Our Mobile2Sage solution then allows them to import the data automatically into Sage 50. So in this case, they can upload those as product invoices, which can then be processed in Sage 50 in a normal manner, either in paper format or PDF to be emailed out. So let's have a look at our demonstration. For this, I'm going to use Safari. And that shows me that I have 3 processes that I have available. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the water care process. I'm now going to add a job, which will take me to my corporate screen. So I'll press next to have a look at the fields that I need to fill in. Obviously this would look fine on an iPhone, and from here I'll then click and go and pick up the customer that I'm interested in, pick the date for the delivery, the time for the delivery. So in this particular case I'm going to drop off 12 bottles. I'm going to return 3. That's the job done. So then I'll ask for Simon Hurst to sign off, make some comments, and sign it. Having done that, the job is now complete and can be uploaded to the server. At this point, the data is being sent back to the server and any new jobs are being pulled down. So let's go and have a look at our dashboard. There's our dashboard prior to us sending that data up. So what I can do now is just refresh it, and that will then go in the last transaction that we've just put in. Live and interactive. And having done that, it can then be exported very easily into any other format for further analysis. It's that easy. Well, I hope you found that presentation of interest. And thank you for your time and interest in our Mobile2Sage solution. Please feel free to drop me an email at ara@mobile2sage.co.uk with your particular requirement or any queries that you may have. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you to provide you better solutions to make your mobile force more efficient.